What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the All Drink to That podcast, where we get to know streamers over two things we have in common: having a nice drink and video games. Today's gonna be a little different. We do have two guests today. The first one is going to be a content creator with Premier GG. She does have 3.3K on Twitch, and she's affiliated with brands such as Artesian Builds, Ice Shaker Bottles, and Killer Jerky. And that's going to be Shakeinburger. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Say hi.
Everybody. Hello. Yeah, so my name's Shake. I have been streaming, it's probably been a year and a half now, which is crazy. So I started streaming mid-pandemic, probably beginning of the pandemic. At the time I started streaming, I was a residential case manager at a residential treatment center, which it's a pretty tough job. I worked with young kids, co-ed ages 6 to 12, with a lot of significant behavioral issues. Mentally and physically, it was pretty exhausting. And one of my friends had been streaming for a really long time, and I already had played video games, so I figured, if I'm playing video games, why not give, streaming a try? Video games have always been like an outlet for me, so I just gave it a shot, and here I am,
And now you're killing it.
I'm trying. I mean, I can't give myself all the credit. I have constant support around me. I mean, even the fellow person on the show with us, as much as we pick on each other, we're really good friends, and he supports me a lot. So
how about I'll let you intro him, since you guys are such close friends. Go ahead and put together a nice intro for your buddy.
All right, guys. So the guest on the podcast tonight, he is a Warzone mostly streamer. You can catch him playing Super Seducer 2 on occasion on stream. He is very different when it comes to streaming because he takes all of his proceeds and he donates it straight to St. Jude, which is really amazing. So we have Mr. Charmin Clean with us tonight on the podcast. So let's say hello to Mr. Charmin Clean.
Thank God for editing. I can edit this a little bit up.
Okay.
All right. Do you have it up on Discord also? No. Okay. Does your camera have like autofocus?
No. What does it look like?
No.
Oh, it looks wild, huh?
Yeah. Maybe it has something to do with me sharing my screen.
You look okay. Sorry.
Oh, you know what? We could rock with that. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It looks a little better.
Okay.
All right.
Looks a little better.
A little bit. All right. So, Mr. Charmin, introduce yourself.
Yeah, guys. My name is Mr. Charmin Clean, like Shake said. Mainly just a Warzone streamer. Streaming every once in a while to help raise money for charity. I started streaming about 2 years ago, and I would have never streamed if it wasn't for my buddy Chin, who got me into it.
Chinathan?
What?
Chinathan?
Chinathan, yeah. Yeah, I've always gamed and always, I've always been a big time gamer since I was a little kid, so he kind of got me into the idea of maybe trying out streaming and seeing if I liked it, and I ended up really, really loving it, honestly. So
now you guys are both out here killing the game.
Yeah, just trying to chill and just trying to meet some new people. We met a lot of really cool people doing this too, so it's been a really fun experience.
And we'll hear about some of them later too, when you guys have some hard choices to make. So before we get into the gameplay, I always like to ask, what are we drinking tonight?
Sharma, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking, what is this? Cranberry vodka.
Ooh, that's my drink of choice. I'm drinking some sort of wine. Chris won a golf tournament over the summer, and we got a bunch of wine from it, and so I've just been trying to get through it. So I have no idea what kind it is, but it's from a golf tournament that he won.
So it has to be something nice.
So we have wine. It's a red wine, so it's a little bit.
I'm drinking I call it liquid heartburn. It's a little Michelada cup, and I threw some beer in there, and I get heartburn from looking at certain things, so I'm having a long night. So tonight we are going to be playing Warzone. Before we start the game, I'm gonna give you guys something to think about for a second. I always ask this question at the beginning, but you have until the very end to give your answer. What is your biggest advice that someone's given you on your streaming or content creation in general? And what is some advice you would give to somebody just starting? So I'll give you guys this next hour or so to think on that, and we'll come back to that at the end.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
I could talk for a whole day about that. I'll pick one. Okay.
All right. So you guys already briefly went over how you guys started streaming. So quick question for the both of you guys. what's the origin of your guys' names? Because Shakeinburger is kind of completely random, but Charmin, I hope there's more to the story than
You're gonna be very disappointed because it's a sad story.
It's a sad story.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just so when I first had started like thinking about streaming, I was trying to come up with something that was I wanted something that was kind of funny and made people laugh. I think that's kind of part of what makes streaming awesome, is just trying to help people and make people laugh. So I always try to think of something that was funny. And I was actually drunk walking through the superstore or to the
Superstore.
This stuff's ingrained into my brain. No, when I was going through Stop and Shop, and we were walking down, obviously walking down one of the aisles to get something, and I saw a giant bag of Charmin toilet paper. And I just started laughing. I was like, man, that's funny. Like, you can't read that.
And you're also followed by Charmin.
Yeah.
How did you swing that? They
actually, I've tried reaching out like a million times like a loser just to see if they would even like entertain the idea. And their DMs on Twitter were always closed because they're such a massive profile, and I can understand why. But one day I had noticed that it was open, and so I jokingly just messaged them just hey, and like just as like a joke, just to see if anybody on their team would respond. And the next day they followed me.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, shake. All right,
You're like
so,
W.
So Shakeinburger, where did you get that name from?
Yeah, I understand how it works, so I just wanted to I figured somebody would see it and probably just shoot me a follow as a joke, and it worked.
And it worked. Hell yeah.
Yep. Nice. Yeah. My name's pretty self-explanatory. It was, when did the PS3 come out? Whenever I got a PS3, 2007, 2008, whenever it was, I was setting it up with one of my friends, and they were like, you're gonna have to come up with a PlayStation name, that and people are gonna see this online or whatever. And I was like, all right. And so I made it Shakeinburger, and he was like, you're gonna get made fun of for that name. And I was like, no, I'm not. And he's like, yeah, you are. And I'm like, Shakeinburger is not a funny name. And he's like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. So Shakeinburger is just literally my last name spelled differently.
Oh. Yeah, this whole time I just thought that had something to do with you liking shakes and burgers.
No, it's my last name.
It's your last name,
Nice.
but it's just spelled differently, which makes it awesome because you make that assumption.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
assumes
actually
that I just
really
like love
great.
burgers or something, and I'm like, no, actually burgers are fine. Like, I have no obsession with burgers. It's just my last name.
I was like, shakes and burgers, that's like a good, a good combination right there. You can't beat it.
And they're all like, oh, I could go for some burgers. I'm like, yeah, me too, I guess. Like, whatever, but it's my last name.
All right, so Premier GG, how did that? I mean, I know how the company started, but how did your journey with them start?
So it must have been, what is it now? November, February of this year. So I have a good friend of mine. Her name's G Girl, and she is also a content creator for Premiere.
Not to cut you guys off, but I'm trying to land next to you guys, but I didn't realize one of you guys marked it. So I'll be over here trying to get there.
Sorry, we're bridgy people.
No, you're good. But continue your story. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. So, G Girl was a content creator for Premiere. And then the stream team manager at the time and I became good friends. And he reached out to me, said I would be a good fit. And so, I was doing the same thing, kind of what I've been doing, continuously with all my current sponsorships. I was, because there is certain expectations in order to be, a creator for Premiere analytically and, professionalism wise. And so I was grinding those, and then I'm getting shot. Oh my God, I'm getting fried on. Okay, so I'm dead. So anyway, yeah, basically I just worked at it. I knew Gigi. I don't want to say I knew people, but I was good friends with Gigi for a long time, and then I got to know the stream team manager, who I then reached out to the CEO, and they look at your VODs, they watch you live. They have meetings with you, so it's a lot more than just having you on. They want to make sure you're a good representation, so they liked what they saw, and so here I am.
Hell yeah, I like it.
So,
all right, Charmin, so how far into your content creation, or was it from the beginning where you decided that you're going to donate all your proceeds?
Yeah, that was pretty much from the beginning. I never really wanted to make any money doing this. I wanted to do it just for fun and as a hobby. So I tried to think of something that if it ever did grow into something, which ironically it kind of did, I just wanted to make sure that the money that people were spending on it went to something that tried to make the world a little bit of a better place.
And what made you choose St. Jude's, if you don't mind me asking? Like, is that something you've you've known about, for a while, or is that something you kind of like did your research on after you decided to start donating your money?
Yeah. I wanted to give something. I wanted to give to something that always gave 100% of what people donated to the cause, and I just have a soft spot in my heart for children, honestly, and I try to
Hashtag for the
give back
children.
to something, something that works.
Charmin, can you pick me up?
Yeah, sure. Where are you?
Behind you.
I'm the only one that's dead. Okay, cool.
We'll get you. Don't worry.
All right,
There.
so
I'm kind of driving around aimlessly, honestly.
So Shake, you do have a few affiliate spots with a few companies. The only one I'm familiar with is Killer Jerky.
Yep.
But I did see, a lot of people are familiar with that one. I haven't heard anything about the artesian build or the ice shaker bottles. What's your pitch to everybody watching this? What's your pitch for those companies? And drop your code so maybe you can get a few sales out of it.
Artesian, I'll start with Artesian because that's probably the biggest one. Artesian is a PC computer building company. So they build computers and they do it live on their stream. So basically what you do is you can go on their website, you can build your own computer, and then if you use a creator code, not even just mine or anybody's, you can get, and they've actually updated the creator code, so now you can get up to $200 off of your PC that you're building. So then once you create the PC, give you the date that they're going to be going live. They then go live on their Twitch channel, and then any proceeds, so like bits, donos, or subs that they get that day all go towards upgrading your PC. So like for example, if you built the PC, you use code Shakeinburger15, you could get up to $200 off depending on the type of PC you built. They would build it live on stream. If people donated to your PC, you could get like additional RAM, you could get a CPU, fans. Those names who donated would be then put on your tower. So it's pretty cool. So
that's
they're
actually really amazing.
They're really
I'm surprised.
nice. Yeah, they're
really
really nice computers. Artesian's a big company.
It's out of the loop, I guess.
Yeah, Artesian's pretty big. I have not had anybody use my code yet, but it's hard. Like, it's a computer. Like, how often does someone come around and have money to, it's not like, Jerky where,
Yeah, and when I bought my computer, I bought mine completely stock. Yeah,
Right.
I'm far from, I don't know anything about technology. I was like, I sent a couple specs to my buddy and I was like, hey, is this gonna be enough for me to stream?
Right, and they will build PCs for you if you give them a generalized idea of what you're looking for or what you use computers for. So they will do that as well. And then Ice Shaker is one of our more recent sponsorships that we have grouped up with. So I don't know if anybody's seen Shark Tank, but Chris Gronkowski. Yeah, Chris Gronkowski is the one that created Ice Shaker. I'm actually drinking out of it right now. So this is my ice shaker bottle. It's got my logo on it. He sent them to all of us. So if you go on there, we all have our exclusive ice shaker bottles on there. They're really nice. They're like basically like they're nice Yetis. So that's what we're promoting right now. They're not expensive. They're $39.99. Then if you use our code, you get 10% off, and that one's code Shake again. So that's ice shaker cup.
Those are the ones that like keep your drinks cold for a super long time.
So it keeps your drink cold for up to 30 hours and a hot drink up to 15 hours hot. And then Premier is also sponsored. I am not sponsored, but Premier is sponsored by Sneak Energy Drinks. Anybody in our team that has a 50 viewer average gets the sponsorship. So I have been grinding for that, but I'm not too worried. I've been supporting my other creators with that. I do have a referral link for Sneak, so I do that instead, and then I earn points for anybody who orders Sneak, and then I can turn around and I can get free cups or free Sneak with my link, and then I turn around and I do giveaways with the Sneak and whatnot that comes through.
All those codes will be in the description on YouTube, and also that referral code. If you'd mind DMing me everything, I'll make sure to put those in the description.
Sure.
All right, so here's the tough question that you guys are dreading. So a new energy drink company comes and says, Shake, Charmin, you guys are the faces. You get 3 codes to promote your company. Who are the 3 people that get the codes to start you off?
Charmin, you go first.
Well, I might steal one from you.
Oof.
What?
I go first. Yeah.
No, because I might steal one from you.
Okay. All right.
There's gonna be some stealing motherfuckers up in here then.
Yeah.
I
There's
probably
men over
would
here.
say, yeah, there's people over here. And a lot over there. I'm trying to ignore the question. Hold on. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Trying to think of a couple people. I think One of them I'm gonna take.
Question again?
I'm gonna take one from you, Shake. I'm gonna say Langer. I think he has a really awesome community, and he's somebody who's really the streaming stuff. So I love what he builds in the communities he's got. So I think he'd be the first one. The second one would be one of my best buddies, Tuss Sniper King. Be my second one. He's still pretty new in streaming and starting to grow, and he's been growing pretty consistently. And he's really entertaining, really fun to watch. I think anybody that I don't think you could watch him and not enjoy it. Especially if you really like watching people play Warzone or first-person shooters. He's really pretty wild, so he's pretty fun to watch. I think he'd be the second one. Third one, I'd probably say I'm gonna go with somebody that's a little bit bigger that I've watched, but is kind of still growing. I'm gonna say Two Dog Smitty. He's a content creator for Toronto Ultra, and I've been watching him since he had about like a 15-20 viewer average. I've been really watching him a very long time, and it's been really cool to watch him grow into a semi-pretty big streamer as a content creator for a pretty big org. So anybody that likes watching, again, Warzone, he plays mainly Rebirth, but he is absolutely phenomenal to watch. He's so entertaining, and I definitely would always love to give a shout out to him. I think he's just an awesome creator.
All right, Shake, the spotlight's on you.
I'm not ready.
You had he bought you some time. He talked for about, had to be at least like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. He bought you some time.
Oh wait, there's men here. They're buying me time.
Well, I'm dead, so I got nothing but time though.
I got one more coming in. Pain. Man, I gotta see a Charmin. I got it.
All right, 3 people.
Okay, I'm just trying to stay quiet so I can get him. Okay, so if I had to choose 3 people, I think the first person I would give to, and Charmin's going to laugh at me.
And I got kicked from the game. Oh yeah. Okay.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
All right. Okay. So 3 people. You guys can finish up. I'll join up with you soon.
Okay, so the first person, I've known him for over 10 years. He has supported me through gaming for a long time. His name's Killer Destiny. As much as we pick on each other and we're mean to each other, he was one of my first friends online, and he's always supported me. He spends, a lot of time supporting me, and I met him, I think it was World at War I met him, so I appreciate him, so I would definitely give it to him. I think I would also give it to my friend G Girl. She has helped me so much with streaming. Hang on. Oh, dang.
Not to cut you off, but G Girl's one of those people I've been following for a while, but we haven't talked too much.
Yep, yeah. So, her and I, we text like every day. She's one of my good friends. So, she supported me through a lot. I've supported her. So I would definitely give her one. She 100% deserves one. She's been working really hard with her channel. She's now doing sports podcasts. So she's been working really hard. And the last one, I think I would give it to, I don't even know. He took mine. I wanted to give it to Langer. If I had to give it to anybody on this planet, just
don't be afraid to hurt feelings. There's probably at least 20 people that expect you to say their name, but don't be afraid to hurt anybody's feelings.
I don't even know. I don't know. I really want to give it to Langer. Can Langer have 2 codes?
Yeah, fuck it, bump up to 20%.
All right, Langer gets 2
double down on
codes. Langer deserves 2 codes. He really does, though. He supports the crap out of both of us, and he's very selfless. Yeah, exactly. So Langer gets double codes.
Seems like the kind of guy I need to get to know. If you guys support him that much.
Langer gaming.
He's awesome. You gotta get to know him.
Yes.
All right, drop his at for everybody on the podcast, so we can all go follow Langer. What was it?
LAIN gaming. GAMING.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on how many beers I've had in me. All right, so next question for you guys' streaming setup. What's your favorite piece of equipment you have right now? And what's something you wouldn't mind upgrading in the future, and what would you upgrade to?
Because Charmin's like, ugh.
I don't know. I don't really have any particular part of my setup that like that crazy about. I think I just got a computer for Christmas last year. I say just got it, but I've had it for I guess 11 months now. Jesus, but
time flies when it's during COVID, huh?
I'm just not used to it. It's still such a new experience for me, and it's amazing how much better gaming is on a
Right?
computer. So I'm just so amazed by it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I
I'm
was
still
always a
console.
streamer.
Like I own
Yeah.
a computer, but I never was a big computer player. I have Cold War and Warzone downloaded on my PC, but I don't play keyboard and mouse.
Charmin
So you know, like I just stick to console really, especially now that you could change the field of view on console also.
Yeah.
It wasn't really
Yeah,
a deal
big
breaker
of it.
for me.
Yeah, no, it's a big. Yeah, I'd say just my computer in general. My dad bought me this actually, so it was my Christmas gift for last year. So it was just a really cool experience to actually own a computer and see how different it is gaming on, honestly.
So what's your next big upgrade? If
My next big upgrade, I'd like to get probably a higher level graphics card eventually, and really try to get my frames up in some of the first person shooter games that I play.
yeah, the
honestly,
market's
but,
crazy right now.
It's finally starting to cool off a little bit, so that's good.
All right, Shake, your favorite piece of equipment, and if someone dropped, I don't know, how much does equipment cost? $500 in your account right now, and says you only spend this on gaming equipment, what would it be?
So my favorite piece is probably my headset for more than one reason. I've had, these are the Astro A40 TRs. I've had them for probably a little over 4 years now. I brought them over to my PC setup when I switched. I bought them when I was on my PS4. So it means a lot to me that, you know, even though I transitioned from console to PC, I was able to bring something over with me, because it was a very hard transition. And it's weird to say, because like I always said to people, like I'll always be a console gamer, like I love console, you know, and here I am on PC, but it's just so much easier to stream on PC. So it's nice that I was able to bring something over that from like my PS4 setup. And honestly, I paid a lot for them and they're really comfortable. And I bought the Steel series. They're like really expensive ones and I don't like them. So they just sit on my desk. So I think my Astros are my favorite, both memory wise and just, you know, what I have in general. Upgrading wise, next, I think I want to upgrade my microphone. My microphone's pretty bad.
Well, what microphone are you using right now?
It's just something, again, when I first started streaming, I got everything on like a Black Friday sale on Amazon because I just needed equipment fast. So it's an Icodon, whatever that means. I got it on sale, $38 on Amazon. It's not terrible, but like the arm doesn't work the best. I mean, where I have it now on my desk is better, but you know, I would like something that sounds better when I'm streaming. So
and when you do upgrade, what do you have in mind? Are you gonna go full blast into an XLR?
I'll probably either do an XLR or HyperX because Premiere is sponsored with HyperX, so I might do that. Or...
And I'm really upset because I have the Elgato Wave microphone, which, you know, by all means is a great microphone. I love it. But my last two guests I've had, Chris the Brit and Senile Panda, both used the HyperX. And I was just like going back and editing the videos.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, this sounds so good.
Right?
Like
you think you sound good, and then when somebody has a really nice microphone, you're like, dang.
Like I'm just like, oh my God, do I sell my Elgato Wave and go buy one of those? Is this what I'm missing out on?
Right, yeah.
All right, so next topic, Twitch boost. You know, don't go too aggressively because I think we all think the same thing. But what are your guys' opinions on what Twitch is doing with that?
I'm not a fan of it. I think that you should be able to grow, like, not monetary wise, obviously, but you know, it is what it is.
And I think that's why it's so upsetting. It's not that, you know, the smaller streamers are getting a chance to grow. I think it's the fact that it involves money.
Right.
Whereas like YouTube streaming, Facebook streaming, there's more discoverability. And Twitch is like, oh, you guys want discoverability? Here, put some money into it.
Right,
and we'll think about it. And even then, it's like, from what I've heard, it's not really spot on at all. Like people that I know who just watch streams, they're like, hey, I watch Warzone and I'm getting streams from, you know, Apex. It's not even, they're not even matching it up right.
Right, yeah.
Charmin looks like he's in the
Sorry,
zone a little
we're
bit.
shitting on kids right now.
Yeah, hold on.
We're up in the hills.
Oh,
I see him.
he's so far away.
Dude, the gas mask animation. You think after what, 6 seasons, it'd be good?
Yeah, Warzone's been going on for so long.
I know.
And it's crazy because Like you forget how long this has really been out.
Yeah, no, it's been out for well over a year. Is it? Is it 2 years now?
I think 2 years. I feel
It came
like
out. What was it? March 2020.
so
Yeah, March
going on 2
2020,
years pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Because you know my son, he plays Fortnite and shit. You know what all kids do.
We don't talk about Fortnite.
And I would watch him play. I've never been into shooting games ever in my entire life. And I'd watch him play Fortnite and like I'm like, dude, no, like I'm not gonna play that. But Warzone, when they dropped that, I was like, this seems like a version of Fortnite that I would actually play. Like that's not Fortnite. Fortnite for adults.
For adults, yeah.
I
I never really played any battle royales before Warzone came out, honestly.
didn't either.
I just always loved Call of Duty, so I just naturally played it.
Well, because before Warzone, like I don't know if Fortnite was the OG battle
Not sure.
royale, but it was definitely one of them.
Yeah,
But,
it was.
but what was the other one? There was another one that was out too. That I felt like it was kind of like the hipster battle royale. That's what I like to describe it. I forget the name, but everybody's like, "Oh, I'm not playing Fortnite. I'm playing this. This is so much more realistic." And then
PUBG.
PUBG. There you go.
Yeah.
And then I feel like
PUBG.
Warzone kind of just came out and people forgot about that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
PUBG is just Warzone is so much better than PUBG in so many
Yep.
ways.
I remember when Warzone came out and everybody was like arguing over PUBG versus Warzone. I was like,
I never played PUBG, but like I said,
I
all my
didn't- I
friends
didn't
were
either,
like,
but I
"Oh,
watched
it's like so
gameplay
much
on it.
better than Fortnite," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I don't play any of that really,
Got him, Charmin.
because I come from like I played sports games growing up, Madden,
okay.
2K, stuff like that, and then like more like my friends kind of transitioned away from that, so I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll buy Call of Duty," and now it's
Right.
like something I actually love doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I've always only played. I don't want to say only played Call of Duty, but like Call of Duty was definitely my main game since World at War. I bought the Call of Duties every year.
I was that one friend in the group that would go to all the friends' houses and they play like Black Ops, and I would just get constantly shit on by
Right.
everybody. Like everybody's like, "Oh, if you're doing bad, you're at least Antoine's good for you can kill him once." Like
Yeah, I probably started with, I think World at War was when I really first started playing Call of Duty. Pretty long time ago. But yeah. Yeah, exactly.
so here's a legitimate question, not like an opinion based question. They put Nuketown in like every game. Is that what they do? I know it was in Cold War. It was originally in Black Ops 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
It was. I think it's been in almost all of them.
And they just like rename it slightly and rebrand it and just put it back in there.
I got beamed from the house.
Because I just remember like I used to play with my friends and they always play Nuketown. And then when I bought Cold War, I was like, "Hey, this is like the same thing." like
Yeah.
why is it still here?
Yeah, it's definitely the same thing. Well, yeah, no, it's the same. I mean, it's the same exact map, right?
Yeah, I think they just like add like a different sign or something, or I don't know.
Oh, nice try, Charmin.
Damn it.
All right, we came in fourth.
Came in fourth. Yeah, actually, I'm sorry. I kind of skipped your boost question. I agree
You're
with Shake,
good.
Obviously, yeah. Honestly, I think it's kind of strange, but I also don't think. I think to some capacity, it doesn't really matter because the streaming community is so saturated right now, and there's so many great people to watch that even if you pay for viewerships, if you think that'll benefit you in any way, which as a streamer, I don't think it will. I think that the people that are really good at streaming, the people that can do this, in a bigger capacity, those people will get followed regardless whether you pay for it or not.
And honestly, I think as a group, like Twitch, viewers, I think they're just all gonna just start skipping that portion of the Twitch page.
As a viewer, I don't ever look at the recommended list, and that's really all that's going to do is throw you in front of more people, basically. And whether they click on you or not, you're either good at streaming or you're not. I think it's pretty simple. And people can grow into it and get better and improve for sure. But the people that even if you did pay for it, if you're not good enough, if you're not entertaining enough, then it doesn't really make a difference anyway. So I don't think the boost thing really matters, but I don't agree with it either. I think that
and like not to like shit on anybody, because I try and keep pretty positive vibes, but to add on to what you said, like sometimes it's very rare when I do go into streams, I work 50 hours a week. I got my kids, but every once in a while, like, let me go pop into a stream that, someone I've never met before.
Right.
And it's just so unfortunate that like the good chunk of it is like playing the game. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? How are you? And then they just like ignore it.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, I'm the only person in here. Like,
Right.
And then like, now I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll move to the next one, and hopefully they'll say something.
And again, I try not to be negative either, but I mean, I agree with you. It's like, the people that are going to pay for that, if you are one of those people that just if you're one of those people that just isn't interactive enough, and I think, not to be too sappy or too nice here, but Shake does such a great job of entertaining people when she streams, and really tries to keep her community really involved in everything that she does. So, if you're not like that, if you're not interactive, if you don't try to make a true community, it doesn't matter whether you pay for viewers or not. You're simply just not going to make it. So,
I think that's when I took a really big jump while I was streaming. I used to stream while I was talking to buddies in Discord, right? And then, we'll have our conversation going on. And when someone did say something in chat, I would respond to that. But eventually I started doing Pokemon card pack openings. And I feel like when I was doing those, it was more chat oriented.
Right.
Yep.
I was just talking and talking until someone did come in, and then talking and talking, as opposed to like the chat feeling like, oh, you're just like a side thing.
Yeah, you're just kind of there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then when I started doing that, I started realizing a few more people coming in. I was like, this is like more what it's about. They want to feel like this is about them, not I'm talking to my friends. Like, I'm glad you're here, but
no, that's what it's got to be. And you got to remember, that's your job, right? Is to entertain people. People don't flip you on, like you said, after working 50, 60 hours a week. They don't want to just sit there and watch you play the game and not talk. You know what I mean? I can do that myself. They flip you on to try to be entertained. So you got to always try to keep that in mind.
And that's why, like, the first streamer I went into his stream, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. You might be. Top Goose. He works with Respond. The gaming chairs, the desks. And there was a company I was trying to affiliate with named the name's not even coming to my head. That's fucked up. That means I've had too many beers. But they did CGI green screens. Like, they did like backgrounds. It was pretty dope. Like, they even created my own background. Stream Vamp. There you go. Stream Vamp. They created, like, I won a giveaway for like a Christmas background, and he was announcing the winners. And just from that, him not even playing the game, just like him like announcing the winners, there was so much charisma there. I was like, that's what this is about, dude. Because he wasn't even like a huge streamer. He was probably averaging like 15, 20 viewers, which is a lot. But he wasn't like, out here partnering and stuff like that. But I was like, man, this dude, if he gets the right amount of people in here, they're gonna stay for sure. And that's someone who the boost would benefit if he did go that way. But anybody who's trying to do it organically, there's no reason for it to be there.
I'm kind of curious to see how it works, because I don't know. They must have a lot of data that shows that their recommended page is driving a lot more viewers to kind of promise those things. So I'm curious to see how it works. Like you said, for people like him that are really working really hard, I can think of a couple other streamers like him that are relatively big, but you're still waiting for them to take that, that really next big step. I won't say any names, but I do wonder how it'll maybe possibly help some of those people too, to try to get that extra exposure. Like you said, there's a lot of people that are really talented, and like I said before, just because there's so many people on Twitch and there's so many talented people,
need that extra boost.
Sometimes you just need that little extra boost. So maybe it's not like, I know everybody's very negative about it, but it has some positive lights to it too, hopefully.
I just think it's so like like I said, YouTube, they do have like discoverability. Like, I've made a few YouTube videos. I used to have a YouTube channel I used to post like weekly, and they always say if the algorithm likes you, one of your videos will pop off, right? And Twitch has never had that. I think it's so bad that like they're finally like, oh, let us catch up, but let's just add money to it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to shit on Twitch because I stream on it, but Twitch is not made for smaller streamers, that's for sure. You really have to put a lot of time and work and effort into it to make it. It just seems like it's so much, but they don't do a lot for small streamers, in my opinion. It's just a giant money service for Amazon, so I don't know. That's pretty much what it is.
And until like more of the big name streamers leave, like Tim the Tatman left, Dr. Disrespect left, but until like a good chunk of them start leaving, this is gonna stay the way it is?
Yeah, I think it's the most profitable, which is why most of the big guys are there. I mean, you see I love Dr. Disrespect, right? But it seems like he's kind of disappeared off the earth since he left, honestly. I haven't seen him too much, I feel like. So
Yep.
I know
Yeah,
the people
'cause-
that really love him will go see him, but I don't go out of my way to watch anything other than Twitch, unfortunately, just because there's so many options on it. So
Yeah,
Right.
and I would say YouTube is like better discoverability, but it's like Twitch is just it's Twitch.
Twitch is the best user experience. That's why
Yeah,
people,
'cause you
know
that's
the-
why it's so popular.
It's created like a community where when you stream, like it's just like I said,
Yeah,
this
there's-
is a great community, and
Yeah.
it's partly to do with the people. A lot of it's to do with the people that are here chatting and coming
Yeah.
into your streams, and it's just like YouTube just doesn't seem like it has that at least yet.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's just not user friendly enough. Honestly, I don't think.
Yeah, because I've been like it would probably take some getting used to, but I would have dropped in a couple of YouTube streams, and I just feel like uncomfortable. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah, I do the same thing. I did it when I started watching Tim a little bit, and I did go back to start watching Doctor a little bit too when I was on YouTube. But when you go on YouTube, it's just so different than Twitch. Like, there's nothing to interact with. There's nothing to, I don't know. There's just not as, I don't know. It's not as fun viewing as a YouTube viewer. I don't know why, but I just don't get the same feel from it. It's
All
probably all the little extra shit. The channel.
Yeah, all
the
the
channel
small shit,
redemptions.
like the
Yeah, the
emotes, the
sound
channel
alerts, all that
redemptions,
stuff. Yeah.
and eventually they'll catch up. But right now, Twitch is the place to be for sure. Even like for someone who's just an affiliate, like a lower level affiliate, it's just
Yeah.
like there's so many small things, like you
There's so
mentioned.
many little things you can do, and again, I don't mean to, be too nice to Shake tonight, but I mean that's another thing Shake does a lot better than a lot of people. I mean, she has sound alerts for everything and makes the chat so interactive and does so many different things. That's for smaller streamers that are just starting out. It's those kinds of things that make you stand out and make people laugh and that people like. So
I'm gonna put
it's
a
a
little
huge tool for
counter on
people
the
to use.
screen as I edit this video to see how many times you got Shake to blush in this video.
You Shake.
well, she does. She's a good streamer. I shit on her a lot and I make fun of her, but she's a really good streamer.
But
Listen,
if you're not
I
shitting
think
on
you can
somebody, do
stream
you
her,
really
but
love
I
them?
just learned last week how to creep open and doors.
Yeah, I
more.
never said that she's been in Warzone. Did I say that yet? I'm not gonna say that, but she is a good streamer.
I just learned how to peek doors in Warzone. Okay.
To be
It's a
fair, I
year.
still don't know how to do that. Like, so we're about on the same page.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so what was your guys' first love when it comes to video games? I don't know if you guys saw my clip on Twitter
Oh,
where
geez.
me and Senile Panda had like our realization, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about it also.
Nice.
What was the first game that you sat and played long enough to be like, wow, I really enjoy playing video games?
I guess not including as like a kid, like
No, including as a kid. Whatever was the
Okay.
first thing that made you feel like, wow, like this is something I really enjoy spending hours doing.
so. Okay, so if we're going back really far, like on a PC, then like we're going back on a PC, I would sit on my parents' computer, and I had to be limited for time, but I would never get off because. And you remember we had to be limited because you were blocking the phone line because of dial-up.
Yeah.
I was allowed to be on for an hour, but I couldn't clog the phone for more than an hour, but I'd still stay on. I would play Arthur's reading games, and I played Tortoise in the Hare. And I play those for hours and hours and hours. And I played Barbie Dreamhouse, okay? Okay, just stop.
That
And
was
there
next level.
There's also some... Now this, I don't remember what the game was, and I don't know why we had it. It was a racing game, and I think it was given to my brother, but I liked it more than my brother. And I remember sitting at this old desk with this chunky computer with this steering wheel, and I'd set up the steering wheel. Here I am, like 6 years old. I don't remember what the game was called because I'm a little kid. I just said, "Mom, can I play the racing game?" And to this day, I remember when I'd get in the car and drive around. The game clearly was not rated. It was rated, but here I am. My mom didn't know. So like here I'm driving around the place. It's like bad guys, legal street racing, bad. Like that's all I remember. And I would drive around.
Wait, was that actually the song? Bad
Yeah.
Guy, Legal
But
Street?
it said
Oh, okay.
bad something legal street racing, and I would drive around and run over people and hit poles and stuff. And I was 6. That's when I.
You really dug deep for that. That makes me second guess my answer now.
So
like I'm like, were there some
there's a
computer
picture of
games
my brother and
online?
I sharing a chair at the computer desk in the living room with the steering wheel, and like I'm like shoving my brother off the chair, and he's like, I can't sit, and I'm like, Legal Street Racing, like I would say like that's as far back as I can remember when I really was like, I really love video games. Was back that far. If we're not counting when like I really love video games, like Time Splitters 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2 days, like those kind of days. But no, if we're going back to like when I was 5 and 6 years old, then definitely that. So
Side note, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was also goated. Okay, all right, Charmin, first love in gaming.
I mean, I played every single one of the games that Shake just talked about. I'm not joking.
Including the
you
bad guys. Including the bad guys in Legal Street Racing. You played that also?
I did not play that.
I gotta figure out what game that was.
My first like kid game was like Zumbinis. I don't know if you know what game that is, but
I've never heard of Zumbinis.
It's like a child's like RPG game. It's just like go across like this giant map and you do all these little challenges and you get to the end. And then when you get to the end, the amount of Zumbinis that survive, you make like a colony. I had a colony of like 3,000 Zumbinis.
Charmin, you're a Zumini.
And then that was the one where you were like, yeah, man, I spent 5 hours playing this.
I couldn't stop playing it.
You're like, here's little Charmin. He's like, I am a gamer.
Yeah, my mom used to like throw me. Same thing. I had a time limit. Every time the phone rang, my internet died, and I would lose like all my Zumbinis. I'd be so sad.
You get upset?
Yeah. And then I think the first real game that I just couldn't stop playing was probably like Super Mario 64, like the original one on Nintendo 64. That was like my first like can't stop playing and never stop playing game.
And people always make fun of me for this. Sorry to cut you off. I was never a Super Mario 64 guy. For me, it was Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
I love that game to death.
Yeah, those were great games too. I don't know. My thing was always Mario. I don't know. I love Donkey Kong too. But I
love Mario.
The Mario.
I love Battletoads. Battletoads for me. I don't know if anybody played Battletoads.
Oh, Nintendo 64. Sega Genesis. Okay, yeah, that was a little bit before my time, just a little bit.
Yeah, I had a Sega Genesis.
We did own a Sega Genesis. Yeah, but that's about as much as I remember.
I beat that game. I beat that game probably 400 times.
Sega Genesis. I remember like the Sonic games.
Yeah,
but I was really
Sonic
small.
at my babysitters.
I was
like, Mortal Kombat. We played Mortal Kombat at my babysitters. I loved that. Yeah. Finish him.
I still have Roller Coaster Tycoon and.
I played the shit out of that.
And what's the other one? The game we just said. What the hell did we just say?
Time Splitters.
No, not Time Splitters. We were just talking about it like a second ago. What game were we just talking about? Crap. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog. I have both. On my. I still have both of those games on my phone right now.
So yeah, Sega, I couldn't be older than like 4 when we had a Sega Genesis. My first game that I remember actually playing a lot was 64. And even then I couldn't be older than like 6 or 7, I think. But my answer was Pokemon. That was my first game that I spent hours and hours and hours playing. The OG Pokemons, like, red, green, blue.
Pokemon Red, that was my favorite. Silver.
But yeah, Genesis I had it. I was a little bit before my time. I do remember Dreamcast though. Dreamcast was a badass system.
Yeah. I think Dreamcast was one of the few systems I never had. I had pretty much everything else.
Dreamcast was like almost like Nintendo now, where like they just like the systems aren't that great, but they have a lot of exclusives that you could only play on Dreamcast.
Gotcha.
Like there was this badass racing game that was like, I don't even remember who the characters were, but it was like only exclusive to Dreamcast type shit. And then but like PS2 was when I really became a gamer though.
Yeah, I'd say same here. Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Ghost Recon was one of my first.
SOCOM.
Yeah, SOCOM. Yeah, SOCOM and Ghost Recon were probably
that was when shit got real. But growing up, it was like, let me play through this story mode on Donkey Kong, and then it's like shit got real. It's like playing on PS2.
Yep. Oh Lord.
PS2,
let me tell you though, PS2, I owned all the Harry Potters 1 through 7. Those were the best games ever.
Okay,
you had to collect beans in the castle.
So you guys are gonna judge me a little bit. Never watched Harry Potter movies. Okay, let me start with that. But I really enjoyed the games.
No.
Yeah.
She's gonna get upset. She's like she's like real into Harry. I mean, I love the movies, but I'm not like Shake's like on a whole different level.
Well, I had this neighbor. He was like my babysitter, and he was like, "Hey, let's watch Harry Potter." And I was like, "Oh, I'm good." Like he wasn't babysitting me. He was like, "Hey, come over, watch Harry Potter." And I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll spend 2 hours of my life going to watch a movie at your house, even though you're not babysitting me, you know. But I guess I'll go over there out of my spare time to watch this movie." And I was just like, you know what? I'm just not impressed. To be fair, I was probably pretty young if I was being babysat, but after that, I never gave it a fair shot.
Sorcerer's Stone came out in '98.
Oh yeah, see, so I was 4.
Jesus, we're old.
Yep.
We are really old.
I worked at Taco Bell for 6 years of my life. Thank God I'm out of there. But the whole time,
for like 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks each, and then I quit both of them.
Charmin worked at Subway, and they told him to make the tuna, and he left.
I just wasn't gonna do it. Yeah, I said no.
You know, sometimes when you come into a job, you gotta, like, you know, just set your ground rules.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not crossing that line.
I'm not making tuna fish. That's just disgusting.
They're like, hey, make the tuna. Well, then get out.
Yeah. He's like, well, then don't come back.
Best story I think he's ever told me. He's like, I got fired from Subway because I wouldn't make the tuna fish. And I was like, what?
And then I quit Dunkin' Donuts because we ran out of iced coffee, and this lady snapped at me.
Oh yeah, shit was probably crazy.
We didn't have any iced coffee, and I snapped back at her, and I just knew that I was not coming back, so I just never went back.
I got like a million Taco Bell stories that the whole time I was working at Taco Bell, I was like, I can't wait until I quit this job and can come tell all these stories.
Yeah. Oh, dude. It's terrible.
And then
all those customer service jobs, they're brutal.
It's terrible, man. Like, it's really terrible.
One story. I worked at Target for 5 years in the electronics department. Really, nothing that I know of went on. The only thing I know of is some guy who was like something one night when I was closing shit in the clothing department, and so we couldn't go over there for a little while, like, because they had to clean it and stuff.
I had a homeless person come into my Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, there was homeless people shitting in the back dock too.
And we got publicly shamed on Facebook because this homeless man came into a Taco Bell with children in the Taco Bell with his entire nutsack hanging out of his pants.
Oh shit.
The whole nutsack, all of it.
Oh shit.
And we were like, dude, like at least try and, like, you know, position your pants a little bit to try and.
God.
And so he wouldn't. But he had like a big ass smile on his face, just chilling there with his nuts out. So I called the cops. I was like, hey, there's kids in here. Homie won't leave or cover his nuts. Like, I don't know.
Homie won't leave.
And then they came and they bought him pants and posted on our local Facebook group about how shitty of people we were. We're trying to kick him out of our restaurant.
You let this guy walk around with his nutsack out. I wread a review too.
The cops were like, yeah, these terrible people.
Yeah, not that it's your fault. I mean,
yeah, they wouldn't buy this man pants.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Give that guy some pants. Jesus.
Oh God.
All right, so one of the last few questions. What's your guys' end goal with streaming?
End goal.
So what's something you could accomplish as a streamer that would make you think, you know what, this was all worth it and everything's just smooth sailing from here?
Everything's smooth sailing from here. I mean, I don't really know.
I don't know either.
Maybe getting that official sponsor Charmin shit or sponsor.
Yeah, honestly, that's a great answer. That's what I was hoping you would say.
Yeah,
believe it or not, when I typed that out, like, if you actually got a Charmin endorsement, like, that'd be amazing.
Endorsement would be cool. I mean, personally, I think that'd be really funny. That would probably just make my personal streaming career. I wouldn't really care what happened after that. But overall, it'd be really cool to. I feel like the last 2 years I've definitely grown. You know, not crazy, but enough where we, you know, last year we gave over $500 to St. Jude's. This year we're already at over $1,300. So it's pretty crazy to see that it's even grown to that. So I guess what would really help me make it is just being able to give back more, I think, and just continue growing it and see how much we can raise. And I don't know if it'll always be St. Jude's. I always want it to be a charity thing. But yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about going into a couple other things. There's another really cool cause I saw on Twitter a couple weeks ago that helps kids inside of hospitals play video games. I think it's called
awesome.
Gamer Outreach, I think is what it's called. So I'm thinking about maybe working with them a little bit too. So
That would be really cool.
this is really shitty on my end. Like when you said helping kids in hospitals play video games, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Dave Chappelle's show.
Dave Chappelle, yeah, I love Dave Chappelle.
The episode where he was playing the kid in
Yes.
the basketball game in the hotel,
Like, yeah.
not the hotel, in the hospital.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do is they help.
Except less in your face.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
I would hope so.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just something I always try to find ways to give back to stuff, and that's something else I might try to do. That's a pretty cool cause. I saw that a couple of weeks ago too. So I don't know. Just continue watching it grow and being able to give more back to charities. I think is kind of my end goal, really.
All right, Shake, end goal. What's something that could happen that you just think like, you know what, my whole streaming career has all come to this, and now it's just smooth sailing.
I have no idea.
Can I start a hashtag partnership 2022?
Oh
Yes,
God.
and I
Can I do
will
that?
fully support it. Yeah.
We are so far out from that. It's not even. It's not that I don't want partnership. You know, everybody wants partnership. It's just, you know, I've got so many goals ahead of partnership that, you know, I'm looking at those right now. I don't know what the big goal would be. I think my biggest goal, and I've been working on it slowly. I really want. So I own a pizzeria, and my biggest goal, I think, would be able to somehow consistently incorporate streaming with my pizzeria to some point. Like, I want to be able to play FPS shooters, but also be able to stream at my pizzeria on a consistent basis. That way people can see both sides of my life and what I do. I did do a stream at the pizzeria a couple months ago, and it went really well. It was really fun. You know, I showed everybody how to make the dough, and we did pizza and wings and stuff. So if I could, even if it was once a week, you know, stream from the pizzeria, that way, you know, I could talk to everybody while I'm at, you know, there, and somehow figure that out, or incorporate, you know, I already am right now while I'm at the pizzeria. Chris will put up who's live on the TV.
I was gonna say,
He will do that for me. He'll put up people that are live. We're trying to figure that out and do that. The killer jerky's there. I want to get like, after we've only been open for 7 months, and we took over the old pizzeria that we used to work at. So, you know, we're still finishing out front as far as remodel, but down the road I would like to get clothing racks with like a bunch of streamers merch and stuff that I can sell. So like these are like end goals. So I think that's probably my biggest goal, is to where you can walk in the pizzeria and see, yeah, it's our pizzeria, but it's also like, you know, supporting what I do on the side. Like, you've got the killer jerky, you've got someone streaming on the TV, you've got our pizzeria shirts, you've got Charmin shirts, Shake shirts, you know, whatever shirts they are that, you know, I can support streamers and put them out, you know, for people to buy, whatever it is, other sort of merch or anything, just somehow incorporate to the best I can.
and I really like that idea, because as big as streaming is getting, which is huge now, like Charmin was saying how saturated it is now, it's a huge, you know, a huge field, but there's still, like, I don't know, maybe it's just where I'm at. It's like there's a streaming community in real life,
Yep.
right? And there's a lot of people who I don't even know do Twitch. People I know in real life, they don't promote it, they just do it. And it's like, it's two completely separate worlds.
Yep.
And it's not until like I walk out with my G Fuel cup and someone's like, hey, I drink G Fuel.
And they know that you know. Right.
And it's like, dude, this should be more open, that we're all
Right.
supporting streamers, we all stream. So that could be,
And like,
in
I
the
know
long
some
run.
people keep streaming completely separate than their, you know, real life, which is totally fine, and that's people's choice. Some people have to have it that way, some people want it that way. They want this to be like their way to get away from, you know, in real life, which is, you know, totally fine.
I could definitely see, like, in the next 5 years, where like a shop like yours, like, just say a name, but you know, everybody knows who Nick Mercs is. But in
right.
5 years, there's gonna be several new Nick Mercs, and like, people know who he is, and you could have like merchandise from these different people in there, different up and coming companies, and it could be a place where people can openly come talk about this community that we kind of only talk about online.
Right. And that's what, so like for me, it's like streaming is a part of my life. So it's like, it's not like, I don't want it to be two separate entities. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish, I guess. I want it to be, you know, that I stream, but that's my life. Not that, oh, I stream and then here's my in real life. Like I'm trying to, I guess I want to blend it together the best that I can. And I think being able to consistently stream from the pizzeria once a week, kind of blend it more there, whether it was, you know, merch there, whatever that vision may be someday. I think that would be my best goal, is if I were to walk through the front door and see the finished picture, then I could be satisfied with, like, I would be good, you know. I think that would be.
And then even too, like, that's two things. Like if you're streaming from there, it's like obviously you own it, it's something you're passionate about, and you're combining it together. That's yeah, I love that. Especially when I saw you were selling the killer jerky there,
right,
on Twitter. I was like, man, that's smart right there. Even though you're not making any money out of it, which you probably could if you wanted to, but you're just keeping it all clear, all out in the open.
Right, and the goal's not to make money. Like, and that's, like I said to Chris when we were doing that, I'm like, I don't want to, like, I'm not here to like make money on their product. I'm like, I really just want to get, because people will come in, they'll say, what's killer jerky? Oh, that's my sponsorship on my stream, and then we get talking, and then it's all of a sudden Twitch comes up, so then the conversation gets going. So,
and I think it's awesome for them also, because not to say anything negative about killer jerky as a company, I've seen nothing but good things. They're not as famous as G Fuel, right. So, like I said, if I'm walking down the street with my G Fuel shaker, almost anybody that watches Twitch knows what G Fuel is.
Right. So
someone who comes into your pizzeria, they might watch Twitch and might not know what killer jerky is.
Right.
So that could be, you could say, hey, it's on my Twitch stream. It's a company I'm affiliated with. And then boom, they just got them a new supporter.
Right. That's
that's the idea of all of them. I think Twitch as a whole is just starting to become a popular platform for marketers too. So I do marketing professionally for a living, so I've actually started to dabble a little bit into looking into how we could market certain products on Twitch, and it's pretty amazing.
Because it used to be
how different it is.
It used to be like Twitch was like, there were some people doing Twitch, not making a lot of money on it. I used to be a pretty competitive Madden player. It's a football video game. I'm playing in tournaments, making money playing online, stuff like that. And at the time, it was like playing on Twitch was to be entertaining, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't about who's good and who's bad. Now it's like anybody who's anybody in the Call of Duty world, in the Madden world, in the 2K world. If you're halfway decent at the game, you're on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's where there's so much growth. And fucking like T-Pain is on Twitch. like Snoop Dogg, NBA players, everybody's on Twitch now.
Yeah. Well, because they're seeing the marketing opportunity, I think, is why you're seeing a lot of those guys. It's becoming, I mean, when you look at, if I think about what the ads were on Twitch when I was in high school and in college versus what are on Twitch right now, like Twitch has become a huge, and that's why, again, why I say, that's why the whole algorithm is built towards bigger streamers. There's a reason for that, and it's because there's a lot of really huge, massive brands that do advertising on Twitch, and that's, that's why they promote the big streamers, because that's what gives them their views and how they can sell their ads. So it's unfortunately that's how it works. But again, I think
that's life
for smaller companies, like Shake said, like not that Killer Jerky is small at all. I think they're actually a pretty decently sized company.
I think they're doing a really good job at growing.
Yeah.
And I would say, when I think of, like, if I were to think of my top 5, like, streamer promoted companies, that's definitely one of the first 5 that come to my head. Like, I'd say, of course, G Fuel is number 1. For me, like, I like Strategy Roasters coffee. They also have a candy brand they're coming out with. Well, they've had out. And Killer Jerky. And
you've got all your, your chairs and stuff.
Oh yeah, Respawn. And then of course, like Elgato's like God tier.
Yeah.
So not even mentioning Elgato. But yeah, I don't follow a ton of these companies, but Killer Jerky is definitely one of the ones that comes to mind when I do think of it. So they're far from a small company. But yeah, like if you're walking down the street and you're wearing a Nick Merckx shirt, they're like, hey, Nick Merckx. Whereas if you're wearing like someone that has like a 30 average viewers, which is still substantially a lot of viewers, you know, someone might not immediately notice it.
Right.
Yeah, right.
All right, so back to the first question I asked you guys. We'll start with Charmin. The best advice anyone's ever given you in streaming, and if you could remember who it was, that'd be great too. And then some advice you'd give to someone who started Twitch or YouTube a week ago.
Yeah, I think best advice I've gotten is also probably the advice I would give to anybody who starts streaming. I guess you can just give this, I hate to give the same answer, I'll try to elaborate on a little bit, but I think the key to, especially starting out, and I think even as you continue to grow, I think the first key is just not to look at the numbers of it. I think it's just try to have as much fun with it as you can. This, like I keep saying, there's so many people on Twitch and there's so many talented people out there. It takes a lot of time, a lot of commitment, and a lot of really good creative ideas to grow on this platform. So I would say not to look at the numbers and to just focus on trying to have as much fun as you can and finding ways to interact with people that's unique and something that people have never done before. I think that's again, it sounds like a tall order, but that's really what it takes to be on this platform and to grow to any kind of level, whether you're averaging, you know, 3 viewers or 10 viewers or 30 viewers or 100 viewers or 10,000 viewers. You know, it just takes really a lot of time, and you really have to be committed to trying to be as entertaining as you possibly can. So I would say not to look at the numbers, because the people that focus too much on the numbers and averaging, you know, what their viewer average is, and always, you know, I see a lot of people always posting about it and writing about it and stuff. That stuff doesn't get people excited to watch you when you stream. It's you know, it's about trying to really build something and be unique, and part of that is just not focusing on those numbers things. They don't matter. Yeah, until you get up there.
All right, Shake, same question.
I guess like advice that was given to me, it was, so Chase, who is my stream team manager through Premiere, he gave me advice when I called him one day just about looking at different sponsorships and stuff and figuring out what I wanted to do and what I was looking for my channel specifically with sponsorships. Because I had said to him, we have a lot through Premiere. I want something more for not saying myself, but just something that I can call my own for my channel and my community. And so he had kind of explained to me, well, know your self-worth. You know that you are worth a lot, and unfortunately, a lot of these companies out there will just push numbers and products and sell. Find a company and find sponsorships that want you on their team as much as you want to be a part of their team. So know your self-worth. It shouldn't be all about you selling their product, otherwise they're going to drop you. They should want you to be a part of their team, and they should give you the tools that you need in order to sell their product and give you tips. And if you're struggling, help you with that rather than just dropping you. So that he gave me that advice, and that really helped me, because with, you know, even with Premiere's, you know, sponsorships or looking at other sponsorships, I specifically always looked at myself and getting nervous that, you know, I'm not selling enough. What if, you know, I get dropped as an individual, you know, which is, it shouldn't, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, whatever. But just know your self-worth and that you are worth a lot. And if somebody is only looking at you to sell their product, then that's probably not for you, because somebody should want you on their team based on what you're creating and the person you are. So I would say that's the best advice that was given to me for streaming, like recently, that's really stuck with me and helped me a lot.
And to add on to that, as someone who's been streaming for not that long, probably about the same amount of time as you guys, just a lot less consistently, because I know, Charmin, you said you've been doing it for what, 1.5 years, I believe?
Yeah, it's actually probably been over 2 years now. I don't know exactly when I started. I think it was July 2019.
So I'd say I started really streaming like last November, and I've got speaking with a lot of people, not super huge streamers, but people that were in that middle level stage, you know, averaging 10 to 20 viewers, starting to get some affiliate codes with some companies. And these are people I was talking to every day, and I was like, okay, so that's the goal, right? Let me start replying to this company's tweets, everything they tweet. Let me start replying to it. Let me start making it seem like I'm a good fit. Let me start trying to draw people into my stream from Twitter. And then after like, I'd say after like 6 months, I was like, that's not it. You know, these companies I'm like pretty much begging to be affiliated with. Like there's gonna, if they do there's gonna give me a code and say, here, just go try and sell some shit. And it wasn't until I really stopped trying to affiliate with companies and started just like the Pokemon thing was something I started doing with my son. It was something I was like thoroughly enjoyed doing. He liked it, I liked it. And like I said, I think like people that came into the stream sensed that like I was genuinely happy doing it. And it was a completely different streaming experience. And that was like my, like if I was like, man, something I enjoy doing. This made it even more funner talking to new people. It was just expensive as hell. So I was like, man, if this wasn't so damn expensive, I would do this every day.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think the people that try to get all the affiliate stuff to help themselves grow, I don't think they realize that, like Shake said, you need a company that wants to work with you and wants to help you grow in some capacity. So I think that's what Killer does a good job of, is helping support the streamers too by retweeting their stuff and engaging with them. Yep. I see that stuff all the time. You know, most of these affiliate programs, like Shake said, is just for them to make a quick buck.
It's just to give you a code.
Yeah, it's just
and most of the time you don't get commission.
And not
to get their name out there.
Down anybody, but like at the end of the day, it's not any risk to the company.
No,
they give you a code. If you do sell anything, awesome. If you don't, then
right, and they don't give you anything anyway when you sell something. So it's just like Shake said, it's just money in their pockets. So
right,
you know, I agree with Shake there. You need to work with people that want to work with you, and not only help themselves grow, but also help you grow in some way. You know, and I think that's what Killer does. You know, Killer Jerky does a good job.
Right.
Not Killer Destiny. Killer Jerky.
No, Killer doesn't help you grow.
No, Killer just never helped me grow.
Killer Destiny does not help me grow.
He just holds me back. But I think you need to work with people that want to help you grow. So.
Yeah. Know your self-worth. Know that you're worth more than just some use code Charmin to get 10% off your entire order.
Yeah.
How is that really gonna benefit you more than, like, it's just benefiting that company? So like when I was messaging back and forth with, you know, my next sponsorship, you know, I was saying, you know, I said to them, I said, I would really like to work with you guys. I go, but I also would like to be secure in my position, you know, and you know, before we, you know, and there's steps, you know, before I became affiliate with them, I said, I would like to work with you guys. I go, but there's a couple expectations. I am interested. I have some questions. They sat down and were willing to work with me again. And then looking forward with more stuff down the line, I messaged them again. I said, I really want to continue working with you guys, but I have expectations. Can you guys reach this for me? Yeah. And they are willing to do it because they want me on their team. And again, that's how it should be. It should be that we want you there, and as much as I want to be, you know, helping them with their product, you know, it should be both ways. So I think that's the best advice that I was given. And I probably for the past 4 months, my whole community knows I've really been looking for a sponsorship that I really liked and that I felt comfortable with. And I didn't want just anybody. You know, there's a bunch of people, you know, and that's fine. They have use code this, use code that, like all over, you know, their names. And I'm like, and that's totally fine. But I really wanted something special that I could have where I felt, I guess, included or valued. Yeah, valued. And, you know, and every time, you know, I tweet something, or if I @ Killer Jerky, they like and retweet it, or they're DMing me. Like literally at the beginning of this podcast, he DM'd me and said, hey, we've got a bunch of extra jerky. I know you're trying to do giveaways. Like, you know, it's dropped it down to $5 each if you want some. Like, you know, just stuff like that. So it's just nice to feel, you know, want by an organization rather than just, I get it, there's big organizations out there that they're so big that they can't do as much, but like, you know, just don't settle for anything, I guess.
And before I get to my last question, I just can't shake this image out of my head. I've never seen your pizzeria before, ever. But like, I'm just envisioning like how great this could be in the next couple of years. I'm sure it's great now, don't get me wrong, but I'm envisioning like the potential of like mixing the two things together. And like you said, like getting like a sponsorship, like a legit sponsorship with like maybe somebody like Killer Jerky, or and there's somewhere where you can like display their jerky and have like a whole setup, and like, you know, it's just, I'm envisioning it, and it makes me smile.
Who knows what it will be, but that is my end goal. Just, you know, when I walk in to open up is just a bunch of stuff, and it's not just a pizzeria. It's a pizzeria with mine and Chris's, you know, personalities in it, you know, with what we do. He likes bright colors, so it's going to be bright, unfortunately, and you know, I stream, so it's going to be, you know, and he likes SU, so unfortunately there's SU stuff there. So it's going to be mixed with both.
And when you do start incorporating merch, not gonna sell my merch at your pizzeria. I would love to have like one of my shirts put up somewhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Awesome.
I would love to, like, and again, years from now, like, maybe once they sell, like, every 3 months, get different streamers merch on the racks. I can post pictures to Twitter and Instagram, be like, this month's merch. You know what I'm saying? And like,
well, I'm thinking more of mine, like when you walk in on the front door, so everybody sees it. That's more what I'm thinking.
Oh, as a display.
Yeah, display.
I'll buy a mannequin.
There you go.
Yep, because we do have windows, and we can put this there.
Yeah,
and they're like, okay,
I want my logo on all the tables, Shake.
They're gonna be like, okay, we buy that, and you're like, oh no,
I'm gonna buy a Charmin bear, and I'm gonna put Charmin shirt on it.
I'll send you Henry
In the
here.
window.
Henry can come for a trip, and he'll sit there for a day.
You can. It'll sit next to. Chris has a SU gorilla in the window, so they can sit next to each other.
Can you put him in the window for a couple days? With, like,
yeah, you can sit next to it. I'll take pictures. Be like,
We can be like Henry's visiting Shake this week.
Yep.
Or I'll just take a trip out there and I'll just stand there with my shirt on. That works too.
Hey, any streamers get a free pizza.
Henry's gonna be my representative.
Yep.
All right, so very last question for both of you guys. I should have gave you some time to think about this one also.
Oh God.
The answer to this question you have to help me with. Who's the next person that should be on the All Drink to That podcast?
Oh,
That's a good one.
Someone who, you know, has a good story to tell. Someone that's gonna come in here and put some smiles on people's faces, make some people laugh, and someone that you're close enough with to help me get to come on.
Oh,
does it have to be one person or?
No, if there's multiple people, by all means, that works too. And you can even like give me some combos, like these two people together, or this person separate and this person separate, or just all be creative with it.
I know we're both thinking of the same person.
Yeah, well,
I'm trying to think of a combo.
That's another one. Obviously, him. We already double couponed him, so.
Right, I know, but I'm just trying to think of a good combo.
You know, somebody who'd be really fun for you to talk to, and I think you'd get a kick out of them. And they're they're actually a group, and I think you'd have a good time with them. Is
yes.
How about I'd say the POS squad.
Yup,
Yeah,
POS squad.
These guys are some.
And what's their at, so I can give them a follow. What's the ad? What's the at?
He's got numbers.
I think he changed his name to Be the Trash the other day.
Of course he did.
The trash. There it goes. POS, Be the Trash, and the at is Be the King 27. And I'm following him. Nice.
Yep. Be the Trash.
Yeah, he has a whole group, and they are. I mean, all of them are really.
They're hilarious.
And they're.
Yeah.
They play all kinds of games, and when you watch, each of them has their own funny quirks to them, and when they play together, they all mesh so well.
I can give you an example. I was in Discord last week, and I was going through the right side of my Discord, like seeing who was streaming, and it said Be the King was streaming Uno.
Yeah.
I thought he was streaming it on Twitch, and he wasn't. He was streaming it on Discord, so I clicked on it.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I jumped in this Discord call with all the POS people, and they're all fighting over Uno.
That would
and
be.
I'm like,
that'd be an
shit.
amazing experience.
And
we could do the
hey,
podcast
Shake. And I
while
was like, I
playing
thought
Uno.
you were streaming it, Be the King. I'm sorry, I came to watch the stream.
Oh, dude, if you did this with them playing Uno while you were talking to them, that would be the funniest thing.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god,
Yep.
they are so funny. They would have a blast with that.
So if you guys could reach out to them, I'm following. I'll slide into the DMs.
Yep.
It sounds like that'd be a good time.
Yeah, they're really funny.
They have been working really hard with their organization. They've been doing a lot.
Yeah, they host all kinds of tournaments and all kinds of stuff. So they've been doing a lot of really cool stuff. They're really
We
fun.
have a tournament. Was it Friday? I can't do it. I think you tagged me in it, Charmin. A
Oh,
trio.
is it Friday? I signed up. I think I'm signed up for one in December.
It's Friday or Saturday. It's 6 to 9, and I'm like, dang it, because I love doing their tournaments because they're fun.
Yeah,
They're really fun, and I love doing them. It's just the timing is so hard for me because Fridays and Saturdays are our busiest nights at the pizzeria.
yeah.
It's really hard for me to get off unless I have notice, which I didn't. So I was like, oh, I'm like, I can't believe I'm missing it. I'm like, because that would be it's so fun. Just to come home, and relax and play a POS custom tournament. It's just so fun.
They're a good time. I'm trying to think of a couple more people. I mean, Langer obviously would be really good with
Langer would be good. The POS squad would be good. I'm trying to think
really
of
good.
somebody to group up with Langer though.
I mean, solos are always good too. I don't mind solos. So I'll do some reaching out and.
You could do Langer and Geo. Geo's pretty fun. I said Ta already, but they would be a good combo too. They play a lot of Warzone together.
Because so far, like, don't get me wrong, my first interview was with Senile Panda, someone I actually know, and I genuinely had a really good time doing it, and I thought that was gonna be the move, like, interviewing people I know. But then my last two have been people I don't know, and it's been just more enjoyable, like actually getting to know people, like So all those are good ideas. So like I said, Langer, I didn't follow him yet. Let me follow
Langer's awesome.
Langer Gaming, right?
I'm like best friends with his wife. We play games every night.
Boom.
I'll text.
So shot him a follow, and then
like, we talked about Langer. She's gonna be like, oh, why? Why would you talk about? She's so
perfect.
LG. Her name's LG wife.
LG wife.
Why would you talk about Langer?
My manager.
She won my Halloween giveaway, and I sent her a T-shirt that says manager on it.
All right, so before I cut the podcast, I'm gonna put all you guys' links in the description, right? But for the Spotify listeners, go ahead and sound off your Twitter, Twitch, and the other platforms you want to promote.
Twitter at Mr. Charmin Clean. That's pretty much it. I have an Instagram. I don't really use it.
He's off the grid for the most part.
I just love Twitter, honestly. I'm all over Twitter. I'm top right on everybody's
When I send him packages, it goes to Clean. And,
Yeah, no, Twitter's for if you're looking for me on social, it's on Twitter. That's the only one I really like doing. I saw that the app that's like gaming TikTok, basically.
I've seen that too. I haven't got too much into that.
I'm definitely gonna be getting on that too.
Yeah, Hover, use code Shake.
I will not be using code Shake. Everybody else use code Shake. Yeah, everybody else use code Shake. I won't.
Nobody's used code Shake, not a single person. I think two people, and it was like, I don't think so.
Shake, so where can everybody find you? Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok?
So my Twitter and my Twitch are Shakeinburger15. My YouTube and my TikTok and my Instagram are just Shakeinburger, as well as my Hover. Everything else is just Shakeinburger. My Twitter and my Twitch are with the 15. And funny story, it's because I forgot the passwords to my old accounts. Nice. So I do own the rights to the original Shakeinburger account.
The original Shakeinburger is on Twitter.
Don't follow that one. Don't follow that one. That's also.
Don't follow that one.
I'm holding a guitar that I can actually play.
We can follow both. Follow everything. All the links.
I made the mistake of showing Charmin my old Twitter account from like 7th grade, and it was me holding a guitar that was. I don't know how to play it. I was pretending, and he made it his Twitter picture.
Yeah, I made that my Twitter picture.
Every once in a while, I find my old MySpace account and just cringe.
Yeah, we found hers too.
Yep, pretty great. It was a mirror pic. It was like, yeah.
I put that up on Twitter too. I think I linked everybody to it. So
all right, so everybody go follow them on Twitter. All the links will be in the description. All the affiliate codes will be in the description, and super good vibes on their Twitters, so go follow them. I appreciate everybody taking the time to listen to this. I appreciate the both of you guys coming by and talking for an hour and a half ish, and I was happy to get to know the both of you guys.
That was good, man. Thank you.
And we'll definitely be doing some gaming soon. Hopefully a game where I don't get kicked out, and
okay, yeah,
you guys can carry me. All right, guys.
Anytime you want, we'd be happy to.
All right, thank you.